I've watched this wonderful movie based on LGBT rights. Eventually, it was not something to do with the rights or any movement, it was a family drama. So, usually, it's a part of my weekend routine just to browse through some of the movie that is thought provoking. Frankly speaking, when the movie started, I had my doubts. It was Madhuri Dixit there and Ritvik Bhaumik. That's what I read the names over there. And movie was like Mojma. So it was like partly Gujarati, partly English, partly Hindi. Suddenly a thought came to my mind that this is really not my cup of tea. I really don't know what to do with this movie. But then what happens is when you are watching a movie or anything, if you start watching something, you know, then you have this feeling that okay, I want to finish this. I want to just watch it. And once the movie has started, once the story has begun, I think then you have to give some time, especially when stars like Madhuri Dixit are involved. So I wanted to check it out. I kept patience and I watched. What I gathered was that whether it's lesbian or whether it's gay, why is it such a big deal? I mean, I have no idea about whether I should be the right person to comment or not, but still, as an individual, as a liberated, educated person, I would rather say that do we really care what happens behind the scenes or in the bedrooms of the people? Do we actually need to worry about them? It is person to person, and I think if people can handle some stuff, let them take care of it. Why should we or you or me or I should be bothered? But society has very fixed norms. And to be very, very honest with you, when I heard this book, The Kama, The Desire, I have not gone through it totally, but that's what I read, and I think that's what I know also. Everybody knows, I think. This particular orientation is something which is not something new that it just happened today or tomorrow or yesterday. Is there for ages, is there under the wraps, whether it's Manto's stories or whether it's that Kalpana Lazmi's movies. That what was the name of the movie? Uh, Fire? I'm not sure the name, but yeah, Shabana Azmi and Nandita Das starrer. Whatever, it's just not movies. In actual life, also, it happens. If I'm not wrong, in the digital age, nobody is going to figure it out कि उसको क्या चाहिए. There is trash everywhere, and sometimes people just get influenced. So that can be one factor, but most of the time, I think it's also genuine liking. It's also person's taste and person's preferences. For example, when Karan Johar went open and kind of admitted or whatever, it should not be a big deal, I think so. And people should be worrying about more important things than to think about orientation. But at the same time, one should have guts to admit, one should have spine to admit whatever he or she enjoys. I think that makes life more less complicated when you are not in denial. You love a woman loves a woman, bloody she says, I love her. Gay, fine, what a big deal. And nobody should be asking them, but they should also be not ashamed. And there is nothing wrong, I think, I believe. And you know what? Most of these people are very wonderful people. Do I personally know one or two? Let me think. In real life. I think yes. I I may not have met this person in person, but there could be there could be few people around whom I might have known, whom I might have talked, I might have liked, because they're very creative people, and sometimes it's very difficult for the creative people to be understood. So they go who understands them the best, and that's the deal, I think. And then I think mostly it's emotional factor, and mostly it's comfort level, and mostly it's like less complications around it. Why am I breaking my head on it? Because this gave me a food for thought, and I am a sucker for the food of the thought. I should better get on with my project. Enough of my Louis business. CIO.